When you pick up a copy of a Study the Word Together Bible study, you might be surprised how big a part of the lesson questions are. A lot of people wonder, why so many discussion questions? When you look at one of our lessons, you'll find each lesson is 6 discussion questions and about a paragraph of introduction to the passage or explanation of the passage. There's a reason for that. Think about how adults learn best. If you're an adult, how do you learn best? Is it in a listening environment or is it better in a collaborating environment? Both have strengths, both are good, but most small group leaders want their small group time to be a collaborative learning time. They want their group to discuss the passage together. Most small group leaders just run into 2 problems in that. The first problem, it's lousy discussion questions. You can't expect your group to talk when you ask them questions like, what does this passage mean to you? Or, why are we all failures at being good Christians? Or, who was the most important person in 1 Kings? Lousy discussion questions can't get good discussion. It's just impossible. Another problem that groups run into is gagged groups. If you're a group leader, you want your people to talk, they have to believe 3 things. First, they've got to believe that you depend on their answers to carry the lesson. When you ask the questions, and the first week they get to the end of the lesson and realize, that's it? You're not going to preach? You're not going to teach for half an hour? Then I guarantee you, next week when you ask the questions, they're going to come back and they're going to give meaningful, thoughtful answers because they know all of my talking time doesn't have to be added to the half hour or 45 minutes of teaching time. Our discussion is the lesson. It is the learning. And you're going to love seeing that in your group. Second thing your group has to believe if they're going to discuss, they have to believe that your discussion questions are not a trap or a contest. We can ask questions that are traps to see who was paying attention whenever we taught something earlier. We can ask questions that are a contest to see who's the best Bible student, see who remembers things from the Bible best. If it's a trap or a contest, your group members are not going to discuss. They're going to resent answering those questions. Third thing your group has to believe, they have to believe that you care about how deeply they understand the passage. Every leader cares about how deeply the leader understands the passage. But the goal of your small group time is not to show that you understand the passage well. The goal is to help your group understand the passage well. And so whenever your group feels like you care not just about the depth of your teaching, but the depth of their learning, they're going to participate in the learning. So keep those 3 things in mind and ungag your group. You're going to have a great discussion time.